Hello everyone. There are various processes of management and organizing is one of the important process of management. Now today we are going to consider the organizing as a process of management, or it is also considered as the functions of management. Now before going for the organizing as a process, let us try to understand the societal structure. If we take any society or a community, we will find that every society has a definite structure. Now this society has been established because of the gregarious nature of a human being. Every society has a definite structure, it has members, and this structure, which is horizontal and vertical, now these members, they are associated with each other horizontally as well as vertically. The definite roles are assigned to each member. Also the roles are given and along with the work. It's not only the role and the work is important, but the authority is defined for each role. Imagine a society where there is no organization. It will be a mere chaos. Now this organizing as a process helps society to perform specific functions in a specific way. It also helps to perform different tasks at the same time in a systematic way. Therefore, organizing helps in the smooth functioning of the society. Considering this organizing as a process for the school education or the college education system, let us look at the characteristics. Education as a system has been established by the society with very specific objectives. These objectives are need to be achieved through the process of organizing. Organizing is one of the important process among the different processes of management. The education system or any school if we take, it has a definite structure. It has different people who are working together. So a school has teachers as well as the support staff. Now these people who are working in any education institutes, they are associated with each other as well as they are horizontally and vertically associated. In a sense, if the teachers are there, so the teachers who are taking different subjects are performing their own duties, but when they have to work as a team for certain tasks given by the management or principal, then they are working together as a team. They have to report it to the principal, so it means all the teachers, they are associated horizontally with each other, but when it comes for the task, then they are vertically associated with each other. Considering the hierarchy in the school structure or any education institution structure, we find that the management occupies the topmost position, followed by the principal or headmistress, headmaster, which is considered as the middle management, and later we have the teachers and the support staff at the bottom management. Now all these management levels, they are horizontally as well as vertically connected to each other. If we do not associated with each other horizontally and vertically, along with our authority clearly defined, then we will not be in a position to perform and to achieve the goals of our education. Therefore, it is very necessary that one has to look into organizing as a process. Now let's consider some of the definitions of organizing. Organizing is the process of defining and grouping activities and establishing authority relationships among them to attain organizational objectives. Now this definition is given by Lewis Allen. Considering the next definition, which is given by the Lewis and the O'Donnell, organization involves the establishment of authority, relationship with provision for coordination between them, both vertically and horizontally, in the enterprise as a function of management. There is one more definition which is very commonly accepted. Organizing is the function of management that involves developing an organizational structure and allocating human resources to ensure the accomplishment of objectives. Let us see these definitions and we will discuss the common points in all these definitions. The first point which we can see is that organization or organizing is a process. It means this is going to be a continuous process. We look into the different activities which are performed in any enterprise or in any institution. Another thing is that any institution when we take, it performs n number of tasks. And these tasks which are performed by the organization or people in the organization, they are goal oriented. So we define the different activities which are conducted or which are carried out in any organization. After this, we look into what all activities which can be common. So we group these activities. We have human resource with us and therefore we have to give the task to these human beings. When the activities are defined, we also need to consider the role of different departments and also the role of individual. This helps us to organize our activities in a better way. So people are connected horizontally and the people are connected vertically. So in the process of organizing, we as an education manager identify what are the activities which are carried out in any organization. We group these activities, we define the roles, we also establish the relationship between people who are working with us, and we also very clearly define the authority. Now this defining authority is extremely important because when we define authority, each individual as well as each section or each department knows that ultimately to whom they are report to. When there is a communication is established formally, then the goal is accomplished in a proper way. So therefore, when we are in the process of organizing, it's extremely important to define authority. Let us discuss what are the aspects of organizing as a process. The first aspect of organizing is identification of the activities and the work which is carried out in an organization. Let us see education or any school as an organization. Now, what all are the activities which are performed in a school? So there are curricular activities, there are co-curricular activities, there are administrative activities, there are financial activities, so on and so forth. To perform these activities, there are different departments or there are different sections, and people who are working in a particular section are responsible to carry out these activities. After identifying the activities, we have to group the activities. Say for example, we have teaching as one of the curricular activity, but if we are taking an educational tour, then that is also a curricular activity. So the activities which are conducted in an organization has to be divided, and according to its similarities it can be grouped. After grouping these activities, we need to assign these activities to different departments, sections or individuals. Now when we are talking about the departments, the nature of education institute can be bigger. Particular department performs a particular functions. For example, if we are talking about the university as a system, we have a separate examination department. Now this examination department is responsible for setting up of a paper, conduction of examination, evaluation of examination and declaration of result. For example, if it is a school system, then Teacher is responsible for teaching as well as paper setting, evaluation and declaration of result. But if it is a university system, then teachers are responsible for teaching, but the examination section is responsible for all evaluation work of student. So therefore, when an institute is big, then there are many departments and sections. On the other hand, when the institutions are small, then the departments can be very less, or it is the individual and few sections who are working together. Once the work has been assigned to the different departments, then the responsibilities are defined. In a sense, if it is a paper setting, then it is the examination section in the university will be responsible for collecting information of the examiners and then preparing a group of teachers who will be responsible for setting papers for the particular subject and things like that. But if it is a school system, then the principal will allocate or form a committees subject wise. If it is a bigger school wherein we have 2-3 teachers who are teaching science, then they can form a committee and they can set papers for the science subject. But if we have many schools and these many schools they want to have a same set of a paper, then a job is bigger. All schools they will have to club information about the teachers and the subject they are teaching. Once we have this information, then the committees can be formed and these committees will focus and function for a particular task which is given to them. Now after the responsibility of setting paper is given to teachers, the next come is defining authority. Now delegation and authority go hand in hand. Delegation is assigning work to an individual and authority means giving some freedom to the person. For example, when the responsibility of paper setting is given to teachers of science, then we are categorizing their structuring of the examination paper on the basis of the classes to which they are teaching. Now, the 5th standard teacher will be responsible for framing a question paper for standard 5. Similarly, 8th standard science teacher is responsible for framing question for standard 8th. Now after this, we also have to think about the authority which we are giving them. Authority means giving freedom to the person in a set framework. So delegation of work and authority go hand in hand. Maybe we will continue the same example that there is a paper setting of standard 5th of science and there are 3 teachers who are setting paper. We have given them authority, but this authority will be within a framework. So maybe for that the content is decided, but the type of questions what they want to frame, the freedom is given to them. So therefore, when we are giving authority, it is in a limited way, but it is important to give it in a limited way, otherwise there will be again a chaos. So the structure of question paper may be a same, but the type of questions which teachers are framing, they can be different. So here it is important to understand that there is a connection between the authority and the delegation of work. After this, we ensure the coordination and communication. The teachers are setting paper, but they to whom they are supposed to hand it over. This goes in a systematic way. Suppose there is a committee of paper setters and 2-3 teachers are collectively working, then who will be the co-paper setter, who will be the senior paper setter? Because the senior paper setter is responsible for getting the things done. If the 3 sets of paper are required, then it is the senior paper setter's responsibility to get those many sets done from the teachers. So therefore, the communication and coordination is also to be considered when we are organizing any activity going on in the organization. So when we are establishing communication or coordinating the activities, that time we are also providing a structure to the particular activity. So the teachers who are working together, they are horizontally related to each other, and when it is a submission of paper comes, it is a vertical relationship exists. In the process of organizing, as an education manager, we also ensure that whatever the facilities are required to perform a particular task, they are given to a particular team members so that we can achieve our goal. So in short, the aspects which we have to consider in the process of organizing is that the type of work, the type of activities, then grouping of these activities or identifying the nature of the activities, assigning these activities, delegating work, and also defining the responsibility and the authority. Now once the authority is defined, then people know that they have to work in a particular context and they have to report it to somebody.